You make your way to the second city, and by the time you make it in the guild hall, it's deep into the evening. It's probably coming up on about 11:50. Do you have a stake to play? No, at night.
Okay.
It was the sun had just gone down when you were detained, and then you have to make your way to the upper part of the city. So, all in all, this whole process has taken like 5 hours.
Okay.
As you make your way to the guild hall and enter, there is a lady who is at the desk, who is just casually flipping through some papers and leaning on her elbow. And as you come in, she casually looks up and says, "I don't recognize you. Are you new in town?"
We are. We're new and we would like to join the guild.
It's pretty late in the day for that. But
it is. We've had a long day, but...
Well, I'm here, so might as well. Come on in, come on in. It's a lot warmer in here if you close the door. And she beckons you over, and she begins to pull out some papers. You have what you need to cover the fees?
DM, how much are the fees again? I forget.
10 a month, right?
Yes, for the entire party.
Yeah.
You have enough to cover your first 3 months?
How much does everyone have up front? I know you have nothing.
I have 11. I have 11.
Alright, Paul, or Fane, you take care of it then.
Wow.
Negative money. Gillian, how much do you have?
I have
1 million gold doubloons.
1 million gold doubloons. No, I have 213.
Okay, I'd say we'll split it. If you don't mind, Gillian, we'll split so that way we can continue to have a decent amount, and we'll also, as Fane has nothing.
So 15 each.
Yep. Sounds good. I give my 5 over.
She's asking for the first 3 months up front upon joining the guild.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're each giving 15 between the two of us.
Well,
so I get 15 and you get 15.
Here's 10 more. Here's 10 more.
And she says, "And your recommendation?"
Do we have that?
Recommendation?
Yes. A recommendation. Many adventurers come bearing the patronage of a god or of a dragon.
Okay.
Sometimes fae, not usually fae.
Yeah, I can definitely provide that. And she slaps down her mom's symbol that she bears, her emblem.
Oh.
Yeah, do you have like a necklace that has her?
Yeah, she always wears it.
What does it look
symbol? I guess that would be your holy symbol, huh?
Yeah.
And she, as she reaches for it, she says, "Is it a divine artifact?"
Did my mom give me a divine artifact?
It's probably not. It's probably just a symbol. So,
no. It's simply an emblem.
Okay, so I won't be incurring any wrath, and she picks it up.
No,
and
hon, you'll be fine.
She pulls out a little ink booklet and presses it on, and then stamps it on the paper, and then pulls it up. And she says, "Can I have the god's name?"
Do Selena.
She writes that down. Selena. And will you be primarily adventuring out of the city?
We'll be adventuring wherever the good money is. So if that's out of the city, we'll be going out of the city.
All right.
I know, how original.
Excellent. And are you registering as a party?
Yeah.
Then, do you have any pre-assigned roles that we should notate here?
Meaning?
The tank, the mage, whatever designations you use, but, within reason.
Well,
We've collected
I'd
a
say
wide
that-
array.
I'll say the tank, the mage, and the good-looking one.
And what are their names?
I say for the tank, it's Fane.
She eyes you up and down as you claim the role of tank. Clearly, like sizing you up for a second.
His mere presence rises.
Yeah, can you take off your pauldron so I can see? No.
Just I need to analyze these muscles to make sure it's authentic. It's not just padding. These are genuine muscles.
No, she says, yeah, whatever designations you choose, not my business. It just, it helps for the guild's records. We take note of what parties are effective in the field.
Interesting.
So you're saying that the good-looking one or the good-looking role won't mean anything?
She slaps Fane.
She looks again at you and says, you'd be surprised. Party is much more successful when they have someone who fills that role, generally speaking. She looks at you and says, are you a musician as well?
Oh, to me?
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. Not professional, but I do play.
Yep. It fits the type. And your name?
Ophelia.
Here you go, Ophelia. And she hands papers to each of you. The papers are forms that you fill out to designate your classes according to guild standards. Ophelia. Come to think of it, that name sounds familiar. Any reason I should
Really?
know you?
I don't think so. I've been around for a while and I've wandered around a lot, but...
As you hand the receptionist back your papers, she looks them over, and she reads out, and Fane, you are a Pact of the Fiend Warlock. Gillian, you are a Divine Soul Sorcerer. And Ophelia, you are a Circle of the Moon Druid. And 2 of you have sparks. That's incredible. Does that all sound correct?
Yeah, I'd say so.
She pauses to think for a second, she looks back down at her paper where she inked the emblem and says, wait a second, are you, yeah, Selena, I know that name too. You're her daughter, aren't you?
Guilty, yeah, that's me. If you don't mind me asking, where did my name come up that you've heard of me?
The names of the progenitors are, well, they're not exactly standard fare for study, but those names get around. As one of the first druids, you are somewhat of a legend.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, if you insist. She gives this dip of her head, a small show of deference as she says, as you say it. And the mage, forgive me, my lady, we have to take down information like this, regardless of status.
Absolutely. And she gestures to Gillian to present himself.
Oh, I'm Gillian. I will be the mage of the group.
Gillian, we don't get too many elves out this way. Not too many fairies either. Though you're welcome. Always, of course. Just noting that it's not so common. That said, I do know that there was an elf who was in town the other day. Not that I think that you're connected, I just... idle conversation. But he had a whole procession. It was kind of odd. What was that?
Well, I don't know. We know some elves. What's do you recall his name by chance, or what he looked like?
Name. I don't know. Let me think about that. Are we starting today, specifically, or did you want to delay your start date?
We can start today. I mean,
It's a little late.
It is late. We if I'm being honest, we would like a place to stay tonight, and we had our hearts set on here.
Yes, then you will want to start tonight. Sometimes people delay their start date to put off the payment of fees until they're ready to set out.
Absolutely. Every circumstance is a little different. But the elf, he had a whole procession.
Yeah, that's right. He did indeed. I can't think of his name. I know I heard it though.
Did he say where he was coming from?
Well, he was certainly from the summer court like you, and he nods to Gillian. That's where the high elves are typically from. And he was certainly high elf, as you were certainly.
And
Eldrin, I think it was. Yeah, come to think of it, that was it. That was the name I heard. Yeah, some elf lord.
What did he look like?
Eldrin. Oh no. I think I've heard of him. What did it seem like he was up to?
I don't know. He, marched into the city and marched right up to the fourth ring. If he's left, it wasn't with his procession.
Huh.
Or at least not by this way, in any case.
Ophelia takes note of Gillian's reaction, but doesn't say anything. So, okay, was this Elden guy is he part of the Adventurers Guild, or he just happen to pass through?
If he is, I've never met him. But that's not saying much. There's 5 guilds in the city. Kind of an oddity amongst cities, but...
Well, I mean, the rings are all distinct, so I guess it makes sense to have access to one at every level.
That's right.
But,
one more.
Oh, here, go ahead, Fane, and then I got one more question, and then we can head to bed if we're all ready.
Well,
Do you have a party seal? She, as you guys are talking, she's continuing to fill out the paperwork.
I don't believe we do.
Not that I know of.
Well,
No.
as I don't know what your relationship is with your mother, and I don't intend to pry. I just might suggest that if she doesn't mind, you could use your house seal, your holy symbol for your party. That is, if she speaks for all of you.
I'd say that's fine. I don't see a problem with it.
And you had a question?
I did. In the first ring, we met a few, we happened to come across a squabble of sorts between the city guard and a few
Armed thugs?
Armed thugs. Are there gangs in the first city or
groups that we should be aware of that the guards tussle with? Because it was quite hairy, and we had no idea what was going on.
We got dragged into it.
There are always fools who are looking to be eaten. But, I must say, I'm not a part of the watch myself. I don't have the insider information, nor do I go to the lower rings very often. I'm sorry to not be very helpful in this regard. I do know that there was, a while back, some werewolf fellow causing trouble.
Oh.
But, I don't know, that was a long while back. Maybe a year and a half ago now. I don't know that he's not been caught already.
Well, good to know.
Good to know.
But, well, Fane answered my question. You read my mind, although he doesn't always do that.
She, without saying anything, pulls out a headband from under the desk and puts it over her head and then goes back to paperwork.
Perfect.
And then, where can we stay for the night? Does it matter? Do we have a specific room we should go to?
Oh, you can stay here. It'll be a part of your accommodations along with your fees for tonight. You're welcome to stay here most nights. However, if you plan on making it a full stay, then I recommend not staying in the barracks, but staying in one of our actual rooms here. You can get quite a nice place to stay here attached to the guild. The guild takes care of its own.
I think
All right, I like the sound of that.
a
Point
room
us in
for
the
each of us.
yes, point us in the direction of these rooms.
Well, if you're staying in the barracks, then you'll all be staying together. But you want your own accommodations. It is a slight addition to your fees, but we can certainly make sure that you're taken care of. And does your party have a name? Or will you
get
just be
back
going by
to
the
you.
name of your leader?
We'll
sorry,
get back to you on that. You can just the last one you said. Well, we're still working on the name.
I need to write something down now, but you can always change it later.
I don't know.
you could
What is your
We'll just do Clan Under the Moon.
Clan Under the Moon.
Excellent.
plan under the moon?
Clan Under the Moon.
Okay. Claire de Lune?
As I said,
Or Claire de
you can
Lune.
change it later. I just have
Yeah.
to put it down on the paperwork.
Yep, I understand. It'll do for now. But I think I don't know about you guys, but I don't really want to pay more fees, so I think we're okay for barracks tonight, unless anyone has any objections. And she looks around to the two of you.
I just look
No.
tired.
All right, I'll take that as a yes, Gillian.
She pulls out a badge for each of you that you're able to take. And she also starts pulling out some books that she starts distributing. And you can see that you can actually slot the badge into the book if you want to keep it all together. And the book has a strap around it if you want to just hang it around your neck like a satchel, if you don't have other things to put it in already. And she says, the instructions are in the books. You'll be able to learn most of what you need through that. The guild's tenants, the bylaws. Many of the information you can find in there on your targets. You can apply your bounties and other quests that you take to them. If you flip over to the last page, you'll also find a map in there. The map is updated frequently. Just make sure you bring it in for the latest enchantment to be placed on it. We're always updating our maps, and there is also bounties for being able to add to our maps in meaningful ways. So if geography changes and you notate it, you can bring it back to us, or if you discover an uncharted territory, let us know. And there will be incentives for doing so. And that about does it. She finishes handing out all the stuff, and she sends you towards the barracks.
Gillian, go ahead and set up and get ready for bed for the night. I'm feeling rather hungry. Ophelia, would you like to accompany me?
Yeah. I can do that. We'll see you later, Gillian.
Uh-huh.
We'll kind of go back upstairs. Is there a private room or like anything that we can?
You can find
Seclude ourselves into?
Yeah, everything's closed right now. You can find a secluded corner, with the only repercussions being that you get very strange looks from the receptionist as she watches you guys go off into the corner. You're also welcome to go outside and find like an alleyway or something.
I think if there is a private corner in the building, I'd prefer that.
Make this quick.
Hold on. And she puts her finger up and she says, I don't appreciate you running in back there. For one.
They were going to die.
I know, but it wasn't smart. And we're in a city we don't know. And
Okay,
also, we have a deal. Remember?
we do.
And so I can't just have you charging into battle in an unknown city in an unknown situation. Remember, if I have your back, if because we're a team, but I also don't want you to get into risk the safety of the party and yourself without knowing what we're getting our hands into.
Look, the only reason why I took that risk was because they were facing against, well, look at them. They were thugs. They didn't look like they would pose a threat to us at all.
Well,
And
but you didn't know that. It might have looked that way, but we don't know that.
they had makeshift weapons and a little bit of good tactics. And somehow, some way, the City Watch was incompetent enough to lose 3. You're telling me to sit there and stand idly by while lives just perish?
What I'm saying is that we don't know enough about the city guard or if they are good people or not. Or we don't know if maybe those thugs weren't really as thuggish as we thought they were. So I'm, again, like, I want us to kind of be on the same page because I know they seemed harmless, but things could have gotten really bad. There was a dragon there. If the guards didn't, obviously they scolded us because we weren't supposed to interfere, but they let us off easy because we were useful to them. But if they didn't have any semblance of tolerance for us, that dragon could have killed us.
Well,
So
you're right.
I'm just saying, I appreciate I admire your valor to step in when you feel like there's defending that needs to be done. I understand where that comes from, but just try not to be so reckless, I guess. And I know, again, you're your own man, but also now you're not just a solitary warrior man now. We're a team and we're in this together, and I don't want people getting hurt unnecessarily, especially now that it's not just you and me. Gillian's young, and we need to take him into consideration now.
That kid's got spunk.
He does. He did well. But again, things didn't get out of hand. But again, they could have. So we also just need to consider him as well.
Fine. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And I bite into the wrist. How often do I need to feed, Brendan?
Once a week.
Once a week? Okay, cool.
So I guess, Brendan, what do you think this would look, since it's not necessarily blood that he's drinking?
Gods tend to have ichor. You probably have something in between ichor and blood.
I guess, but what color would it be? Does it change in color?
Rainbow color.
I because it's Ophelia, your input, you're welcome to decide if you have an opinion one way or the other. But I would think that it would be gold.
Okay. So he drinks. She has healing, I think.
I can heal you. Don't worry.
Okay. So
I would say take a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Which will obviously roll off when you take a rest tonight.
Do I get a boost for drinking blood at all, or no?
No, you just get to live.
Okay.
You just got to live.
That's kind of the
you
big
probably-
boost.
You
Getting to
probably
live.
just don't Yeah,
That's good enough. Good enough.
I would say if you go past 7 days, then you take a level of exhaustion, just like when you don't eat. So, and every week that goes by, you accumulate another level of exhaustion, and you can't drop those levels of exhaustion until, even when you take a long rest, until you eat.
Oh, okay.
Which again is the same as regular hunger rules, just with an expended time and a more limited food.
Okay.
So after we're done, assuming that Fane will accompany me back downstairs to the barracks.
What's going on in the barracks when I entered there?
There is a few people in there, not many. You can see a fully naked orc laying on on one of the cots. Outside of his blankets too, mind you. The blankets are on the floor at his feet, and he's just like sprawled out. And
His wiener is out and everything.
yeah, and everything.
Oh.
Bro,
Yeah,
showing
buddy.
off.
Dude, and I know he's sleeping, but like on a scale of 1 to 20, you know, he's like an 18. So,
Okay.
it's like you're like, oh shoot. There is another cot that is farther down that is clearly like one of his party members, and it's like a mage who continuously like rustles in his covers, looks up over at the orc, and then like fixes his pointy hat beside him, and is like and, like rolls over again. And actually sleeping beneath his cot is a gnome that is sleeping just curled up with a bunch of daggers all over his person.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably look for a nice little area.
There are privacy curtains for like every 4 sets of bed. There's like a privacy curtain, and the orc just doesn't have it pulled up.
Okay.
He just does not care.
In full glory.
Does not care whatsoever. Yeah, and the wizard definitely does have his curtain drawn, but he continuously like is moving, and you can see it through the gap.
He's strongly debating slapping this orc. He's like, I'm gonna come down. Don't make me come down there and slap you, man.
He's snoring that loud, huh? Oh.
Yeah, it is loud, but not nearly as loud as the occasional like grunting. He's like,
Does somebody have silence?
The mage has already used his spell slots tonight.
He's like, oh no, if only. No, silence takes concentration and only lasts 10 minutes, so.
Just
That
enough to
sucks.
get the
No
sleep.
complimentary
Probably
earplugs
burned
at this
all of his
joint.
slots this night.
So much for a long rest.
Yeah.
And this is why we need private rooms.
Maybe the mage will take a private room next time.
Would you like to do anything while it's still this night, or can we move on?
I think
no, we're good.
No, I think so. Fane and I will come in to the barracks. And is it
can
pretty
I get
easy?
a quick snapshot of your reaction as you come in and witness the whole setup?
So I guess Ophelia will walk into the barracks first. Is the orc pretty much like kind of right in the line of sight as you walk in?
Oh yeah, he just picked a random bed in like the middle of the room. Like he didn't pick. He didn't go to the back or pick the first bed. No, it's just like a random one.
So Ophelia walks in and like she like looks into the room and like is immediately met with this guy's balls, his hairy balls, and she's just like, oh my gosh, and she covers her eyes while she's like, oh my, why?
I just nonchalantly just like this is just the boys' locker room. At least as far as Fane is concerned. So he just like goes over and he doesn't don off his armor like usual. He just
is there a privacy curtain for the orc?
There is, yeah. He just didn't draw it.
What, are you gonna mage hand it or something?
I'm thinking about it.
I was thinking about it.
Mage hand his curtains or him?
Slaps his dick.
Are you gonna do it?
I don't have mage hand.
Just shut the curtains. Just shut the curtains.
I'll just like tiptoe and I'll just like delicately like
roll stealth.
All right.
Wait, Sam, do you have? Gillian, do you have mage hand or no?
Mm-hmm.
You do have mage hand?
Mm-hmm.
You're just letting her do this?
I got a 16, so that's, I'm hoping that works.
Yeah.
Unless this orc or that gnome
he's gone,
like,
right? I'm sure he's fine.
Well, I mean, he's snoring so loud. I'm like timing it with the snore. So he's like,
yeah,
and I'm like,
you close the curtain. No problem. Okay. Cool. Okay. And then, yeah. You can.
Yeah. When you two walk in, you just see me like on the opposite side of the room. I'm like sitting in like my cross-legged position, like how I usually sleep, but my eyes are just like wide after seeing what you guys also saw.
So Ophelia makes eye contact with him, and she just kind of is like, I've been around for 300 years, and I'll never get used to that.
I'll probably just sleep, I guess, even though I don't need to.
Your daughter?
I probably could spend time writing Liana, yeah, but yeah. If aside from writing a letter to my daughter, I'd probably be just hard chilling.
Fane has a very full journal for his long nights.
I got some better to do.
Yeah.
Sometime late in the night, while you guys are in your trance, you just hear like a do-do, 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 as Fane's like bouncing a rubber ball against the wall, just like.
Well, I guess technically, like you could go into like the communal part of the Adventurers Guild.
Could I go for a walk even? I wonder.
Yeah, that's fine.
You could probably explore the building and like the library or something.
I'm going for a walk all night.
Yeah. So you, all three of you, sleep very little, all things considered. And so in the morning, while you're still resting, you see the other party that was sleeping in the barracks, the orc, the gnome, and the half-elf. They get up and they leave the barracks, and you can hear as the half-elf quietly grumbles about the orc and how loudly he snores. And I should reiterate that when I say the orc snores loudly, it isn't just his snoring, but like he makes noises in his sleep where he's like. So he's like just
bro is snooze maxing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah.
Tasmanian devil noises.
The occasional sleep battle cry. Having joined successfully the Adventurers Guild, you find yourselves free once more. No task ahead of you. That said, there is a quest board within the guild hall. Unlike most guild halls, in which you can find an array of challenge ratings assigned to the quests, in this case, the guild hall is separated based on the levels of the city. Being within the second level, you are assumed to be of a certain caliber, as is required by scaling up in the city in the gifts you would give. So, based on that, all of the quests in this ring are separated between the challenge rating of 4 to 8, which actually is in Mogterra a guild ranking system. The 8th challenge rating quest that's up there is a dungeon quest. There is a lesser dragon that has been setting up a nest nearby, a lair rather, and the lair of that dragon is not permitted in Carador, as it is trying to build a horde, and obviously all gold and treasure belongs to Mazadon, the Lord of Carador. So, this is actually a quest that is posted to the guild by the city municipals.
Okay. What about the 6s? What do we got there?
One of them is going to be a monster hunt, and the other a item quest.
Right.
I personally want to hunt the monster.
Oh, we want to
I kind of do too.
Okay, we want to kill. All right. All right.
I kind of want a little hunt quest, to be honest.
All right.
You are looking at a basilisk.
Okay.
Oh, spicy.
For a challenge rating 6, you're looking at 2,000.
That's
Bless.
pretty good.
That's nice.
Good.
My debts are sounding real nice. So.
So Ophelia will be navigating. Go ahead and make a survival check. Does anybody else want to be doing anything during wilderness travel? I will remind you all that once you enter the wilderness and no longer have the safety and comfort of the city, that you are entering a zone of area in which a short rest is 8 hours and a long rest is 1 week. So once you hit the road, you are on a quest and things get more dangerous than in the city.
Okay, that's
Gotta
a 17
count those
for me.
spell slots.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I heard you say it, but it did not register. What did you roll?
17.
17. Okay. So you make your way out into the forest that is beneath the mountain that is overlooked by the City of Gold. This far away from the city, you can still see it shimmering in the valley as it climbs its way up the mountain towards the peak. And today, for no knowable reason, you can see actually a massive set of wings unfurl at the city's top. You haven't seen Mazadon stir since you arrived in this city, but now you can see that he stirs atop the mountain. And as he bellows a roar, it echoes through the valley. And birds take off from their perches in trees. You can hear critters scurry all around as the commotion of the forest reacts to the roars of the dragon in the distance. Even this far away, you can hear the faint echoes of his bellows as it is also accompanied by the crack of thunder and dark clouds roiling over the city. As you get closer and closer to the location at which the basilisk was sighted, what would you like to do? Anything prepping before you get there?
So I guess I would. The first thing I would question is, does it have like a little lair or something, perhaps?
Almost certainly.
Okay. What's the chance of us being able to bait it out of its lair?
So if you want to get this thing done with, then it's better to go to its lair. But if you want to bait it out, lay a trap, ambush it, then it's on the basilisk's time. But it can certainly happen. It's just we'll roll to see how long it takes before it is properly enticed.
Okay. I bring up the trapping suggestion to the rest of the party. So, how does everybody feel?
I feel like it would probably be best if we got it out of its lair to fight it. That way it's a little more even. Especially if it has night vision and stuff, we might be at a disadvantage if we go in there.
I agree. Ophelia?
The only issue...
Well, I agree. I think it would be ideal to have it out of its lair. But about the trapping part, what do you suggest?
Well, with your knowledge of basilisks, what do you think would be suitable?
Well, I don't know. It is quite large.
I may have a idea, although I don't know if it's the best idea for the situation, or for our situation in general.
Well, an idea doesn't hurt, so...
Then you see me look over at Bjorn.
Oh no. I mean, good idea. I mean, obviously a large animal for bait, but Bjorn cost money. If anyone's gonna be bait, it's probably going to be me.
That's true.
Are you willing to be that bait?
You
don't seem to be very enthusiastic.
Let's be honest, Fane. I don't think anyone likes the idea of becoming bait for a monster. But
although
I'm a lot less likely to get eaten than Bjorn. So
that's true. Although one option we could have is I can cast what's it called?
Oh, major image?
Yes, I could possibly cast major image, and although that might not be ideal because it uses up a spell slot, it might be less of a danger to you, Ophelia, if we use bait.
That is part of a plan, but something that Ophelia would have learned in her research is that the creature hunts with a kind of smell. Like it sniffs out its so to speak, its prey.
Well, perfect for us, Ophelia. We have a stinky horse here. We could maybe get some scent off it. Except a little area. The basilisk comes out, sees this beautiful, delicious, quote-unquote, horse, and boom, we got him.
Can I have you guys roll a fortune roll for me? Just all d20s.
Just roll a d20?
Yep.
Mine's
and if
a 12.
you have any hex points, then don't forget it's with disadvantage.
Yeah. Good thing I spent it in that fight.
my inspiration? Okay. I got an 11.
I got 17.
17, 11, and
12.
12.
12. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then
Fane.
you may continue your planning, or are you confident in that plan? Major image, horse smell. Have the horse stand in the major image of a horse, so that the major image smells like a horse.
Oh, perfect. You'll never see it coming. Ophelia, Fane, do you have any inputs or any other ideas, perhaps?
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, had some voice issues. But you were saying?
Is there any? Well, Ophelia is still hesitant to put Bjorn in danger. Could we?
I would think that we wouldn't necessarily have to put him in danger. I think some of his manure would be probably enough for a smell, I would imagine.
Well,
Just give it some laxatives.
Get some laxatives.
Force it something.
Oh no,
Well-
it's there's poop nearby if you want some.
I think so. Ophelia's like, well, before we resort to Bjorn, let's try this. She gets out a brush, like a brush for Bjorn, and she starts brushing him, and just gets like a big thing of hair from Bjorn, some poop,
There you go.
and puts it in a pile. It's like, there you go. There's your scent.
All right.
I'm
Okay,
sure
cool.
a basilisk smells this and would be very happy.
Okay. Upon seeing it,
Oh, and then Ophelia actually is going to. She's actually going to prick her hand and put a little bit of blood in the pile just to make it extra
zesty.
zesty, to make it extra inviting because
Everybody roll a d6.
It's coming right now.
No! That's a 4.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
1. 1.
Okay. You hear, as you're setting up this trap, a cracking sound of wood as it buckles under the weight of something.
Ooh.
But not our trap.
I don't think.
It's while you're still setting up the trap. You cut yourself, you put some blood down, and
Okay, I'm going to cast Longstrider on myself.
I am going to cast Bless on the rest of the party. Right then and there.
Can
Okay.
I attempt to just see what's coming towards us, or is it kind of just like it's pretty far? Not
all
sure.
right. So Longstrider, bless, perception check, and then everybody roll initiative.
Ooh.
No. You don't need to do anything for Bless. You just gotta. You just get it. So for those that receive Bless, whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target adds 1d4 to the attack roll or save. So, yeah. This is just whenever you're making an attack roll or saving throw.
That was a nat 20 plus 8, so 28 for my perception.
Ooh, only Gillian is doing perception though, but you can keep that for your
Oh.
initiative.
Okay.
I'll roll
Dang it.
initiative here then. Okay, cool. I got it after Sam does his perception.
My perception, I got 10, by the way.
You turn as everyone just immediately starts prepping for battle. You turn to see what the heck it was, and you can see 30 feet off, a little bit more, like 45 feet off, a basilisk as it slithers over a felled tree.
So as I cast Longstrider, is Gillian, where are you relative to the pile?
Well, you were setting up the pile with the hair and stuff. What were you guys doing? Because I'd probably be helping out.
Oh, I'm setting up the doo-doo pile. So I thought I was helping out with the trap. So are we all grouped up together? Is that what I'm assuming? We're all just kind of like trying to get the trap.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We're setting up. We're like, this is gonna be so good, and then we like hear a crack, and we're like, oh.
Okay. So I immediately grab Gillian if he's willing, and I run under some tree cover with him.
Okay.
Oh, I see how this is. Okay.
You're a big boy. You can take care of yourself. Not that Gillian's not, but
You know what? Fair.
but he's also not. But he's not as tanky as you are.
Yep. That's true.
So
Oh.
as soon as I get to tree cover, I whisper to Gillian and I say, "Don't look at it. Don't look at its eyes.
Why?
Petrification.
Oh, you talked about that. Okay. Where do I look?
Look at not its head. Don't look at its eyes."
Okay, I'll not do that.
You made sure to tell everybody before we did this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just reminding him because he like looked at it, he's like, huh? And she's like, oh no.
Okay. Okay, my
Okay,
initiative
so
is...
here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. If you choose not to look, which you can do, you are welcome to avert your eyes or close your eyes or whatever. But if you are choosing not to look, then it is effectively unseen, which means it has advantage on all of its attacks, and you have disadvantage on all of your attacks because you are effectively blind, closing your eyes as to not be petrified.
No, Bjorn, he's kind of close to it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you guys run for cover, I assume away from the basilisk, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll put you over there. Let me actually... Oh wait, no. Didn't work. There we go. And if you can give me just a second, I will be right back. It is Ophelia who gets to go first as this all starts to go down. You
Okay.
ran behind the tree, so you have cover. You are not hidden though. That requires you taking a hide action.
Okay, I am going to cast. Let's see. Can you go back to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. How far away is the basilisk from?
The basilisk, from your vantage point, is 45 feet away. More like 40 feet away, actually. Yeah. So 40 feet away.
Oh, it's kind of far.
That's good for you guys.
That is good.
Question, DM: if I were to do summon elemental, could it petrify my elemental?
Yes.
Ooh.
Aww.
Which actually, let me see when the... Are you closing your eyes?
As of now...
You are actually... yeah, no. Are you, yeah, the question stands. Are you going to close your eyes?
Let's see.
He's looking at a spell.
Yeah. Does it matter if I'm looking at its feet? Or its non-existent feet? Its belly?
Nope.
Doo-doo. Why not? I'll just go big. I don't know if this thing's dexterity is great. I'm going to do... Yeah, Ice Storm. It's, hail falls in a 20-foot radius, 40 feet high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder makes a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d10 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Oh, it's a 20-foot? Okay. So, yeah, the entire ice storm should cover the basilisk.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 2d10.
Well, 2d10 bludgeoning and 46 cold. So it's 2 sets.
Oh, okay.
That's 16 for the bludgeoning.
Check.
And 6.
Doing some quick maths.
That's 17 cold.
Does it have restricted movement?
It
No.
is bloodied.
Turns into difficult terrain.
Okay. So hailstones turn ground into in the cylinder into difficult terrain until the end of my next turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to roll Bjorn's initiative.
Does it take an action to mount something?
No, it takes half your movement speed.
Okay.
Fane, you are up, sir.
Okay.
You are 30 feet away.
Yeah.
From, so you need to... Are you closing your eyes or keeping them open?
I will keep them open.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Bless. Okay, I got a 17. I'm not sure if that worked.
Alright. So, you do not turn to stone.
Yay.
You can feel its gaze as it turns its head towards you. And you get this deep cold in the pit of your stomach, like you've swallowed a massive ice cube.
Dang.
But you resist turning to stone.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to mount Bjorn. Will Bjorn move on my turn or only on his?
Once you've got control of your mount, its initiative becomes your initiative.
How much movement does Bjorn have? Sorry.
60. 60.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, actually, before that happens, Bjorn is gonna have to make a saving throw.
Oh, and you didn't include
no.
him. That's what I was worried about when you mounted him. I'm like, great, now you're bringing him into this.
Well, he was gonna have a turn eventually.
Well, I know, but at least the basilisk might have been focused on Fane instead of the horse.
Bjorn gets a 20 on its Constitution saving throw. So it wickers and whinnies and rears up. I'm gonna need an animal handling check. This is not a trained warhorse, and it is frightened of the basilisk. So you need to calm the horse and take control. Go ahead and make that check.
Okay. Animal
It's at the top.
handling. Ah, okay. I got a 15.
Nice.
You calm Bjorn down enough, and you give him direction as you ride right where you
All the way
said.
out.
Oh, right, I forgot to give you control. I will do that now, so you can take control of
Cash money.
Bjorn.
Afterwards, I will use Eldritch Blast and shoot 2 beams at this mother. Is 24 damage.
24 damage.
Mhm.
How does it happen?
Nice.
I call upon my Oathbreaker sword, which is my spellcasting focus, and then with my other hand, like I kind of like rear. I take Bjorn to a certain direction, and then I rear him up. And as I rear him, I use my free hand to cast Eldritch Blast, and it's like this dark red beam, or 2 dark red beams that just like shoot like bullets right at the basilisk.
All right. Hit with the force. It is blasted backwards, and you hear a crunch, and it stops moving. You hear
Is there another one?
a cracking sound behind you of twigs and branches and brush that are swept aside, and as you whip around to see what it is, you can see
Is that just the baby that we killed?
A bigger one.
you can see your fine orc friend from the other night
I knew it! I knew it!
as he starts walking
Surprise,
up.
he's still wearing no clothes.
No.
for,
Let's
for
be
intimidation effect.
No. He's got his loincloth on now. He is fully
Darn.
clothed.
What a lad. What a lad.
Still a bit drafty, isn't it?
With
with a
him
loincloth.
are the wizard and the little gnome,
The murder gnome.
the murder gnome. Rough Gruff says, "Oh, confound it! They got here before us. This is what we get for letting a wizard navigate." And he says, "I did my best."
Ophelia steps out of the trees and puts her hand on her hip and says, "Well, boys, you win some, you lose some."
Their little gnomish friend is twirling a dagger in his fingers and says, "Have we lost yet, boys?"
Well, if you were going for the basilisk, then it would seem that way.
He flashes you a wicked grin, and the orc says, "Pip, you're not suggesting."
Ooh.
And he throws up his hands and says, "I'm not suggesting anything. Not suggesting anything." And he glances, and he's clearly like looking you guys up and down, like, "Can we take him?"
He's like, "Ah, take him, guys."
Yeah, I kind of ride up front and stand between.
He's like, "What's up, guys?"
I stand between them and my party, and I eye down. There we go. Sorry, guys. I eye down the gnome. Is it the gnome?
Yeah.
I don't say anything, but
Good evening.
hello there. I don't say anything, but I look at him.
Says nothing, just raw aura.
Just aura.
There's like fog like oozing out of like the crevice in the helmet, There's like a red glow emitting. Like, oh my.
I walk up a little bit and I look at the orc. Oh, the naked one.
The naked one.
He looks at you, and then down at his loincloth and says, "I'm not naked."
I look at him like, oh, well, my bad.
my bad. Sorry.
And he says, he looks at you, Fane, and says, "I think you need to get your elf's eyes checked." And he points to his wizard friend and he says, "He needs glasses too." Might be an elf thing.
It might just. It might be.
It is at this time that you hear another crunch.
Uh-oh.
Yummy.
As this one more sinuous, as a massive hulking body also enters.
So really quick, as she hears more crunching, because she heard the crunching from the first basilisk and then from the other party, and now she hears more crunching and she says, "What is up with this crunchy forest?"
Super crunchy. Yeah, no, there's lots of brush to stir up, and the basilisk is not stealthy. not stealthy whatsoever.
No, I freaking knew it. No.
Yeah, another basilisk rolls up, and
Are we only assigned to kill one basilisk, or is there a set
they
number?
they only listed one on the kill quest.
Okay.
But I will say that you quickly realize that it is not one that you heard,
All
but
of them.
two sizzling up.
All of them.
There's 3 overall.
3 overall.
Who knows?
So Ophelia says to the other party, "Well, looks like you'll get your chance after all."
The orc says, "I'll kill it first," and immediately starts running.
Ophelia actually looks to the party and says, "Well, we killed our basilisk. Should we just go?"
Very tempting offer.
We could just let them try and have a go at it and see. We could just watch for a bit, and then if things don't go so well, then maybe we can step in and they can take one, we can take the other. But technically, we checked off our box for this quest, so just saying.
I look over at her. Do you guys need help?
You ask, but
They're
they
at
are
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Surely not. They're big boys.
they are already charging in.
They can put on their own loincloths and everything.
Yeah, let me add them to the initiative, and it is Gillian's turn. You ask, but they cannot hear you over their battle cries.
Okay.
They're going crazy.
Go stupid. Go crazy.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you? All the basilisks in this forest are honed into this one area. There's an infestation.
It's a good trap, okay?
Dang it, the poo hair blood combo is elite for basilisks. I gotta put this down in the notes for the
Horse poo, horse hair,
and blood.
A drop of
These are the
blood.
3 ingredients to make the perfect bait for a basilisk. Here
I
you
think
go,
P would have made
Adventurers
it better
Guild.
too, but
A
that's
little
okay.
bit of piss.
Yeah.
Make it nice and warm. Nice and steamy. On top of the already stinky poo.
Oh,
Alright, though. Gillian, what do you got for us?
Under
the
the
one
tree.
circle's a dead one.
Yes.
Or is... Okay.
Yeah, so the
So
two
let's
that are on the bottom right are the ones that just came in.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
hit that with a skull and crossbones so that you can differentiate it. Boom.
But yeah,
Okay.
you're right next to me.
Oh wait, I can exit out there.
With the little
Yeah.
wizard hat.
All right. Are we in an initiative, or can I talk to Fane and Ophelia for a bit?
You can
Real quick.
you can talk, but only
Okay.
a few sentences because we are still in initiative.
Okay, that's just what I was wondering. I look over at Fane and Ophelia and kind of just go, well, first one was kind of easy. I didn't get to use any of my magic, and I have a little bit of lightning spark from my hand. I think I'm going to join them if you guys don't mind.
Well, I'd say keep your distance if you do want to join in. Because, don't want to get too close. But if things get hairy, we'll step in.
Let the lad be.
Speaking of which, I am going to need 2 Constitution saving throws from you.
Okay.
Remember that you can
Okay.
add a D4 to each of those with bless. So all you have to do is after you roll your con save, just roll a D4 and add that whatever that roll is to the con save.
Okay. Before. Okay, so the first one. What is that? I got a 20 for my first Constitution save. And then.
All right.
We're doing good. We're doing good. And then I got 21.
Hey, there we go.
Woo-hoo.
Bless.
Yeah,
I-
baby, let's go.
I simply do not get petrified, I think. Probably. I think I am going to throw a fireball to try to hit them both, but avoid hitting the other party.
Okay.
So,
I'll have them make dex saves, and they. What's your DC?
You should say
I'm
right next to
sorry.
your spell.
should I? Okay.
Yeah.
My DC is 16.
They both fail.
Ah, nice.
Let's get
And I
it.
rolled a 19 for damage.
Excellent. Bloody? No, not quite. Almost bloodied.
Ooh.
But not quite. Ophelia, you are up next as you see these 3 run in. They all begin turning to stone, all 3 of them.
Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 4
That's sad.
on their con saves.
So this is what she sees. So the 2 basilisks come in. The group goes, "Oh, charge!" and they all run in. And then
As they run in,
Gillian does his attack, and she's like, "Ah, good job!" And then she turns over, and they're all like, so she's like, "Oh, okay, time to step in." She's like, "Well, that didn't last long. All right, if I had sleeves, I'd roll them up." She is going to cast. Where is it at? I'm going to cast Fog Cloud. But I'm going to cast it off the ground. It's in a 20-foot sphere, or 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point of range. I'm going to do it off the ground, a bit up at more at the level of their heads. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Are you trying to just cover their eyes so we can see them still?
I'm just trying to give them some kind of disadvantage with their sight.
Yeah. You
My spark
lay this
inspiration
fog
is
down,
coming in good.
and you are able to just have it barely clip them, so that you guys can get a fair idea of where it is, but its eyes are covered.
Okay. Point
With
fixed.
that, it is going to be the basilisk's turn, and it's going to The first one is going to attempt to coil up around these three, and then bite at Gillian.
Ooh.
So, up and hit attack. It is going to snap at you with a 21 to hit, and it's going to deal a total of 24 damage, 10 piercing and 14 poison.
Ooh.
Yike.
Go ahead and make a con save.
Okay. Oh, no! Oh, that's... Wait. Oh, that's a 7. I thought that was a 1. Okay, I got 10.
You gain the poison condition as well.
And how much damage did I take, you said?
A total of 24. You're not resistant to poison, right?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Quick question, Brendan. If I were to cast resistance, like the spell, would that do anything after the fact?
After the fact, no, but it is good to keep in mind that petrification is a 2-turn process. So if someone starts to be petrified, then you can give them resistance against the second saving throw, which, if they succeed, would stop the petrification.
Okay.
Or you can preemptively cast it. Try to prevent. Oh, actually, did you roll for Gillian the D4 for bless?
Oh yeah, did you roll the d4?
Because
Did you
that
add
could
that?
actually make or break your...
2.
That's enough to turn it into a success. You are not poisoned. You just took the damage.
Yay!
Yeah, bless, baby.
Love to hear it.
In fact, go ahead and that's half the poison damage. So go ahead and regain 7 hit points.
Awesome. I'm not blood, or I might be bloodied still, but
Yeah. Okay, let's see if Rough Gruff is going to be fully petrified. He succeeds. So he's like, oh no. Grits his tusks, and he squeezes, and the stone begins to crack and flake off his body as he gets motion back in his limbs. He is going to run forward, and oh no, he's not. That happens at the end of his turn. So that's his turn gone. Now for Nimsy. Oh no.
She's gone.
Nimsy, the elf turns to stone
Oh no.
Feels bad.
as he's like,
Aw, poor guy.
Fane, you are up.
Okay, cool.
Kill
I'm
him.
about to cast divine favor on myself.
First, go ahead and make a con save for me, and then I will make a con save for C.
Okay.
Who succeeds with a 18. Bjorn's got he's made of stern
21.
stuff.
He's a sturdy
21
lad.
is a success.
Wes is carrying right now, because I would have bricked maybe. So I will go ahead and just after casting divine favor, I take out my short sword and I just start laying into the basilisk between with that's on Gillian right now. So
Okay. Hit me
that
with
is
it.
going to be a 27, and then This one. Okay, I will actually have to add this roll. D4. Where did my D4 go?
I'm gonna just use mine.
Yeah. I keep losing my dice. I don't know why.
You can have mine. I lost something once.
I lost something once. Okay, 5 plus. And then 16.
16. I'm a grandmother.
That is a hit.
Okay, cool. Those two land, and it is going to be, I'll just roll this. So 10, 9, and then a D4 for both of those, which I'll just roll. Why not? We ball.
Use this
So,
my sparkly
I'll
dice.
subtract it as you give it to me. So 10, 9,
10, 9, 2,
2,
and
Bloody.
3.
3. Very
How's
bloody.
Horsey doing?
Oh, horse
How's
is fine.
Bjorny? Yeah. I should have
he-
blessed the horse. I should have blessed Bjorn. What was I doing?
Especially when you freaking mounted him and brought him into battle with you.
Well, how many targets can you pick with Bless? Is it 3 or
It's
4?
3.
It's 3. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can only pick 3. Oh, well. Sorry, Bjorn. You just weren't part of the club yet.
Wow, he is doing just fine on his own.
Bjorn OP.
Started with a 20. Yeah, doing better than the group of adventurers. As actually Pip says, "You filthy snakes," and goes to throw some daggers, but he turns to stone as he does, and they just kind of like bloop, bloop, fall into the ground.
Oh, man.
The second basilisk is going to slither by, licking Pip as it does, getting a taste of its meal.
Oh, yeah.
They like them nice and crispy, crunchy.
Before it rocks up on Fane, who is go over here, and it's going to chomp.
Okay. Give me its rolls and we'll see.
We'll see, indeed. It's going to get a 24 and a 9.
Hold on. Let me cook.
Oh, I'm sorry. It only actually has one attack. I don't know what I was talking about. It's just a 24.
Okay, hold on. Let me math. Dang it. Okay, yeah, I'll let it hit.
Okay. That'll be... go ahead and give me a Constitution save. Which will determine whether it's...
Nat 20.
Okay,
Oh.
17
Big nat
damage.
20s this roll. Or
Yeah,
this,
we're getting some hot
this
dice
session.
tonight. And sorry, 17 damage?
17 damage.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. Gillian, it's back to you.
That is an ouchie.
Okay. Is the basilisk still on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, 2 of them are within striking range now.
Okay. I am going to cast Misty Step and back off then.
Alright. The full 30 feet?
Yeah, just back away from everything, so.
Yep.
Not being damaged. And then. As I'm away. Yeah. I think I am going to. And one's right on Fane.
They're both on Fane now.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 snakes. Two big snakes.
All right. I'm going to use I think level 1 magic missile on whichever one attacked me. Then if they're both on him.
I don't think you'll be able to because you casted Misty Step, and that's a level
Misty
spell.
Step's a bonus.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
but you can't expend more than 1 spell slot per turn.
Can I use my twin spells then?
You
Oh, for your for your.
Meta magic. Or does that not count because it can hit multiple targets?
it doesn't count because it can hit multiple targets, and it also doesn't negate the fact that you still can't expend the spell slot for the spell.
Oh,
It
okay.
duplicates the spell onto a different target, but it doesn't allow you to
So
cast.
You can use twin spell, but you can use a cantrip instead, and that will.
You can use a cantrip.
well then I'll be like Fane snakes and throw a firebolt at one then.
Excellent.
There we go. So, then I got rolled a hit, right?
Correct. AC 15. And then it'll be Ophelia next. 12 is a miss. The fire strikes the ground next to it, smolders, and then goes out.
Okay. So
My casting hands injured.
I am
Poison.
Let's see. Okay. Remind me, I can still cast spells in wild shape, right?
No, actually.
That's at a higher level.
Because I know that there's at least, I think, Moonbeam.
So,
I can cast in wild
yes,
shape.
Moon Druids actually now have the ability to cast spells that are on their Moon Druid spell list, and Moonbeam is one of those.
Okay.
So you'll have to look at your features and see which spells you specifically got from your subclass, and those you can all cast wild shaped.
Okay. Can you pull up Roll20 again?
Yep.
If I try to move, am I going to get opportunity attacked?
No, actually.
Okay.
You're just barely out of its reach.
I am.
Sorry,
the wall.
you're just
Because
barely out of its
I
reach.
have long strider, so I can move faster. Can I move? Can I actually move around, like in a circle around to go behind it?
I believe you can. You've got 40 feet of movement. Yeah, you can.
Over by the tree.
That's about as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's where I want to go.
Okay.
I use my movement to get that way.
Excellent.
I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Okay. That's a dex save, right?
Where is it going to be at?
That's a failure and a
Probably
failure.
it's gonna hit because I don't want to hit our party members because you're right in the middle of it. So I'm going to. Is there any way that I can get both of them without hitting Fane or the Ort guy?
You can hit them without hitting Fane, but you will hit the statue of Nomsy. Or Nimsy.
Yeah, Ophelia is tempted because, they're stoned, but then she's like, okay, no, maybe the orc guy will want to try and revive him, I don't know. And so she's gonna just go for the one basilisk that's off to the left.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me... Real quick. Does the petrified condition... It would automatically fail his saving throw, but while petrified, he has resistance to all damage types.
Oh, so
good.
he would be fine?
So you can tank it.
So he could probably tank it. Probably.
Okay, yeah. Then, I'll just hit him if it's not going to affect him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage. They both failed their saving throws.
Okay, perfect. Okay. If you're outdoors in the storm when you cast the spell, under such conditions, the damage increases by 1d10. So
It is not
4.
stormy enough for that.
Oh. Dang it. Okay. A win's a win. Alright, 3d10. Give me that d10. That is 14 damage.
14. The one over here is dead.
Perfect.
As the lightning comes down and strikes it, all of your hairs on your arm stand up straight, and you can feel as it's about to strike, and the snake the basilisk turns its head upward just in time for it to come down on him, and it bursts.
So are they both bloody?
One of them is dead, the other is bloodied.
Oh, which one is dead?
This one.
Oh, did I just kill it, or?
Yes.
Oh, that one was already dead?
That one.
No,
Okay.
it just died. You killed it.
Okay. Woohoo!
And then the other one is in fact bloodied.
As it gets struck by the lightning and falls, a smirk comes across Ophelia's face, and she tosses her hair back. Okay. I am going to, as my bone... Actually, how is everybody's health doing? How is everybody looking?
I'm almost halfway. I'm almost bloodied. Gillian might be worse for wear.
Okay.
I think I'm about bloody.
Okay, I'm going to cast... as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit.
That's a leveled spell. You can't.
Why?
Because you casted Call Lightning.
But
Yeah,
it says it's a bonus action.
But it's a leveled spell.
You can only
So-
expend one spell slot per turn.
I didn't know that.
Lame.
Yeah, that's the thing with spellcasters, so...
Big booty. Never mind. Continue.
Mhm. Alright. Then, Rough Gruff says, "This is for Nimsy!" And he runs over and he brings his massive axe down and beheads the second basilisk.
Nice. Let's
Hey, you got
go.
Hey, but
You got one.
we got two.
We did get two, but
We
hey.
did get two.
Is there anything we have to do to record these to let the guild know that we completed the test or the quest?
Yes. You will record it in your book, and for kill quests specifically, you can take a blood sample.
Okay. As
Of course, there is, if you're able to harvest anything, like for example, if you're able to milk poison or anything like that from the creatures, then you can potentially sell that stuff. Anything that is used for magical components or poisons or potion making or even herbal remedies. I guess in this case not herbal, but natural remedy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as the ogre killed the last one, she kind of she scoffs and's like, okay, good job. Can't say the same for the party members, but so she walks over to the basilisk that she killed and records its death. And then after she does, because she'll record the other one later, she actually turns to the orc and says, you alright?
I'm fine. I'm unscathed. But Nimsy, Pep, what have the snakes done to them?
Well,
They're petrified. So if you're going to
Yes,
unpetrify them, then you'll need to have a healer.
Says I will get them help. And he picks up Pip.
He straight up carry them? Oh my god.
He picks up Pip and takes some rope ties him to his back awkwardly.
Makeshift backpack.
And then he picks up Nimsy, looks over his shoulder, realizes there's not enough room. Initially tries to tie him to the front of him, but then he's like, I can't see past his head, and so he flips him upside down so he's looking in between his legs and ties him to the front.
All of Nimsy's knives. Pokey.
Yes, absolutely. You see him like shift as he's like...
He's like, ouchie. This is gonna be a long hike.
Is he gonna make?
Like, you little backstabber.
And then he looks over at the basilisk and it's like, checks how much rope he has left.
She says, well, I mean, you could definitely try, but I think the guild only needs you to get a sample.
You just need its blood. Or I say that in deep.
Yeah, Paul's like, you just need its blood. I mean,
You need its blood. No, I'm just kidding.
you just need its blood.
You need its blood.
He says, right.
Right.
I know how to do
What?
that.
Cusco, the poison for Cusco.
And then he just picks
poison.
up the head and starts running.
Goodbye, big guy.
I hope you find your healer. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, so you've got 3 creatures here. If you're going to extract anything, you are basically going to need tool proficiency. You can attempt to extract poison without proficiency, but it is a dangerous game.
Yes. I don't think any of us have poisoner's kits, so...
Okay.
I have a... No, wait. What do I have?
I'm
You
also
should see
going
it
to
in your
cast
tools,
Cure Wounds on myself
proficiencies.
real quick,
Where's that?
just to get some health back.
Okay. These are monstrosities, so I will also accept nature if you have proficiency in that.
I have an herbalism kit.
Do you have also proficiency in nature?
I believe so.
Because these creatures aren't, the same as foraging.
Yes, I do have a proficiency in nature.
Okay, so I'll let you use some of your herbalism tools in conjunction with your knowledge of nature. So go ahead and make a nature check if you want to harvest anything. You don't have to harvest anything if you don't want to. In fact, it's a dangerous game. Even now, the eyes retain the ability to petrify, but the eyes would be the magical component that belong to these basilisks.
Okay.
I was just thinking of taking maybe the scales or the blood, or because I'm assuming there are other aspects of the basilisk that are also sellable or usable.
Yeah, there are. It's just a matter of what you want to take.
I'll probably take some poison from the fangs.
Okay.
We can sell the eyes for something nice. Will Smith's tools do anything, or is that kind of just nah?
Not in
way.
this case, no.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Then it's probably a pretty dangerous game.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah. I think
that's a 14 for me.
Okay. And you're going for... Now, you can do as much as you'd like, but the more you do, the longer it'll take. So,
I'll just stick to the one basilisk. I won't go around to all of them.
okay. So, poison, and the other major thing from these are the eyes. The eyes are obviously one of the more dangerous things to extract, though.
No, I'll just get
But
poison.
they are the most valuable as well.
Yeah, I'm not willing to risk it. I just fought 2 basilisks. I'm just gonna get the poison. So.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to risk it can. Yeah. Let's see. Then you are able to get a fair amount of basilisk poison. if applied to a weapon, it will add 2d6 poison damage for to the next attack. It can be applied as a bonus action.
I don't see it in the inventory list.
It basilisk poison doesn't specifically exist in the list. You'll just have to manually enter it.
Okay. Custom item.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't think I'll harvest anything. Gillian, did you heal yet or no?
Yeah, I'm healed now.
Okay. Ophelia doesn't need to be healed, right? Because you're at full health.
Yes. And then, Brendan, how much damage does it do if you coat a weapon with it?
2d6 poison.
Nice. 2d6. And then, how many did I get?
You got a total of you got a total of 3 vials of it.
Perfect.
Sweet.
I'll heal myself for 10 hit points.
Okay. Excellent.
Alright, I'd say let's get out of this neck of the woods and camp for the night, if it's late at all.
Yeah, let's do that. Away from this place.
Or in the nearest town.
Away from the poo trap that we made.
Yeah.
It just worked that good.
If we reported that there were more than one basilisk, would that increase our rewards, or would that?
Well, yeah, we recorded that we killed 2 with the blood in the book.
The job might get upgraded in challenge rating, which would bring more rewards. But otherwise, the only way to increase your income is to harvest more from the basilisks.
Okay. Okay.
Especially because, effectively, right, if they send you to kill 1, right, and you kill 3, then technically, if they weren't associated, in this case, they were associated, so these basilisks were all hunting in the same area. So, in essence, this was the quest. But you know, theoretically, though, if they sent you after 1 and then you, like, killed a bugbear on your way back, that wouldn't increase your reward. They would just be like, oh, you killed a random bugbear. Good job. You know? That isn't what they sent you to do, though. It's not what you were contracted to do. But in this case, yeah, the basilisks, you were sent to kill the basilisk hunting in this area. Turns out there were 3 of them.
Perfect.
Should we get going?
Yeah, we'll get going, and if we could make it back, yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll have enough time to make it back. Are we gonna try and, like, camp for the night, or do we just fast forward and assume we make it back to the city?
You would theoretically set up camp.
Okay.
Is there a town nearby that we could be closer to? Because knowing that, like, there's more than one basilisk in the area, that there was more than anticipated, it might be good to get out of this general area.
Yeah, you can leave the general area, but no towns.
Camp time.
Not near here.
Okay. In that case, I think Ophelia, assuming that she's still leading the group, will do her best using her knowledge of nature to find a safe place to camp for that night.
Okay, go ahead and roll me survival, and we'll go from there. Go ahead and roll it twice, because you'll also navigate back.
Okay. That's a 10, and then a 15.
Okay. You find a decent place to camp, but I will tell you that all of you are sleeping with rocks in your backs, rocks and roots, and you're like, oh. It's very uncomfortable. But
I'll just keep watch.
you're able to rest safely, and then in the morning set back. You find as you're most of the way back, you cross Rough Gruff, who is sleeping with like he's holding on to the basilisk head, and the two of them are still tied to him, and he's just sleeping with his head on a root. So they're still lashed to him. He's got the two stone statues, and he's just
chilling. Ophelia comments to Fane under her breath, "Every creature in a 10-mile radius is gonna hear him. We better keep moving."
Yes, he might be an effective basilisk lure in and of himself.
Yes.
I nod, and then I just move with Bjorn.
And you're able to make your way back to the city, which is where we'll pick up next time.
Hey, money!
Thank you so much for joining us for Toss the Dice. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.